Welcome back to The Eye, with your host, The Eye. In Episode 8, The Intel Cartel, The Clampdown. 7 episodes in, and the map is complete. We've walked the full architecture, from 1947's Shadow Foundations through the Silicon Veil, the Black Ledger, the apex at the top, the fractures already spreading, and the reckoning that is quietly starving the machine from below. Now we look straight at the cartel's endgame panic. They see the fractures, they feel the withdrawal, and in 2026 they are not retreating. They are launching the most coordinated counteroffensive since the Patriot Act. Their goal is simple: drag every last dependent back inside the walls before the parallel systems reach critical mass. This is Episode 8, The Clampdown. The playbook has 3 prongs, and all 3 are already in motion. Prong 1. Total narrative enclosure. The old Mockingbird model is obsolete. The new one is AI augmented and preemptive. Pre-bunking campaigns, government and NGO partnerships with big tech flood the information space with counter-narratives before leaks even drop. Every independent researcher who surfaces new Epstein files, black budget ledgers, or Apex connections is instantly labeled with a pre-generated debunk package pushed across every legacy and algorithmic feed. Deepfake technology now creates synthetic whistleblowers who confess that the entire cartel story was a Russian or Chinese op. The cartel no longer needs to hide the truth. They simply bury it under an avalanche of synthetic noise so thick that most people give up digging. Prong 2. Financial and digital enclosure. Central bank digital currencies are no longer pilot programs. They are rolling out in phased convenience upgrades across the Five Eyes and their allies. The pitch is always the same: faster transactions, easier refunds, built-in security. The reality is programmable money. Step outside the approved behavior, support the wrong journalist, join the wrong network, grow too much off-grid food, and your wallet can be throttled in real time. Digital IDs tied to biometric passports, social credit overlays, and health passports are being fused into a single trusted citizen profile. The cartel learned from COVID mandates: never let a crisis go to waste. The next engineered emergency, whether financial collapse, climate code red, or new pandemic, will be used to make opting out illegal. Prong 3. Infiltration and kinetic pressure. Parallel movements are being seeded with controlled opposition. NGOs funded by the same foundations we mapped in Episode 5 now offer grants to local food co-ops and homeschool networks, complete with strings that quietly log every participant in Palantir databases. Infiltration teams pose as allies, as Nostra and decentralized platforms, sowing division and collecting metadata. When that fails, the cartel escalates to low-level kinetic ops, targeted audits, family service interventions for unfit homeschoolers, zoning crackdowns on community solar, and quiet asset freezes on independent journalists. The message is clear: you can try to leave, but we will make the exit as painful as possible. These are not theories. They are the logical next layer built on everything we have already exposed. The apex sees its irrelevance approaching and is willing to trade the last remnants of public legitimacy for raw control. The Black Ledger is being drained to fund the final lockdown. The Silicon Veil is being upgraded with quantum-resistant backdoors and neurotech interfaces that read intent before it becomes speech. But here is what the cartel refuses to admit: every clampdown creates more fractures. For every pre-bunking campaign, 10 new citizen archives spring up, distributed, mirrored, impossible to erase. For every CBDC rollout, another wave of Bitcoin and privacy coin adoption surges among the very people they are trying to trap. For every infiltration, the parallel networks learn to vet harder and build invitation-only trust layers. The machine is powerful, but it is fighting a decentralized opponent that has no single neck to choke. Neutralization tactics are already proving effective in 2026. Starve the data. Use only open source, self-hosted tools. Route everything through mixers and zero-knowledge layers. Make your digital footprint too expensive to track profitably. Harden the parallels. Build membership covenants, vetting, reputation scores inside the network, not outside it. Local food and energy systems must be hardened against zoning raids with legal defense funds and mutual aid pacts. Amplify the signal. Coordinated, timed document drops across multiple decentralized platforms overwhelm pre-bunking. When the next big leak hits, have the verification teams ready before the synthetic debunkers spin up. Legal and cultural jujitsu. Use the cartel's own laws against them. FOIA storms, state-level nullification bills, jury education on nullification. Culturally, make opting out the high-status choice. Mock compliance instead of raging against it. The clampdown is real. It will feel heavy, but it is also the cartel's last card. Once the public sees the enclosure for what it is, not safety, but a cage, the withdrawal accelerates. Every overreach recruits more people to the sovereign side. The cartel is not omnipotent, it is desperate. Desperation makes mistakes. And in 2026, those mistakes are visible in real time to anyone who has followed this series. In episode 9, we will step past the clampdown entirely and look at the horizon, what a post-cartel would actually look like once the reckoning completes. Not utopia, not fantasy, just the practical architecture of a freer, more resilient civilization already being built in the cracks. Until then, do not brace for impact, build through it. The clamp is tightening because the fracture is widening. This has been The Eye, episode 8 of the Intel Cartel. If this series is giving you both the map and the moves, share it like the cartel is already listening, because they are. We'll see you on the other side of the clamp. This has been The Eye. God bless you, and God bless America.